Hi everyone. For our science demo project, we are doing it on what do plants need, and this lesson is by Heather, Taylor, and Billy. So this lesson is for kindergartners. The student objective is that students will identify how plants grow by completing a picture sort. The performance expectation is that students will use observations to describe patterns of what plants and animals, including humans, need to survive. This inquiry lesson focuses on plants since we believe that having one lesson on plants and animals would be a little too much for students, especially kindergartners. So we have divided it up. We have already previously talked about animals, mostly humans, and then now we are focusing more on plants. So with that being said, the guiding question is, what do plants need to grow? And the phenomena that we are using is the growth of plants in different environments, such as desert, ocean, rainforest, and so forth, but they still need the same things to survive. And then Billy will talk about our engage portion of the lesson.
Thanks, Heather. For the engage portion of our lesson, we will have our students play a four corners game. We will start the game by explaining that plants can live and survive in many different environments or biomes. For our game, we will be looking at plants from one of four possible environments: the desert, the grassland, the rainforest, or the ocean/marine environment. Each corner of the classroom will have a picture of one of these four biomes. The game will start with the teacher displaying a picture of the plant on the screen. Students will move to the corner of the environment they think the plant would be found. For example, one plant shown might be a cactus, and a student will hopefully move to the corner representing the desert. After the game has finished, the teacher will call out to the students that plants can adapt and survive in many different environments. However, no matter what environment or biome the plant lives in, plants need some key things to grow and survive. For the explore portion of our lesson, let's go to Taylor at our school's outdoor learning center and garden. Take it away.
Thank you for explaining the game, Billy. Yesterday we talked with the students about what we need to survive. Some of the things include food, water, air, and shelter. Students will turn to their Alba partner to reflect on the four things that humans need to survive, and after a few minutes, students will share what they talked about. We will pass out a worksheet to the students that has a section where they will draw a picture of where they live, as well as a section on where plants live. The section on plants will not be done until our next activity. Now it's time for our adventure. We will be taking our students to the school garden to observe the different plants. They will need to take a clipboard, pencil, and the worksheet that they drew their house on. After we go over the directions with the students, they will be dismissed by table group to line up to go outside. Pretend you are in kindergarten, ready to explore our garden. Hello friends, welcome to our school garden. Today we will be observing the different plants that grow here. As you are exploring, please draw a picture on your worksheet of the different plants you see and their home. Here is a completed version of the worksheet as an example. While you are walking around, I want you to look at what plants are growing here and think about what they need to survive. There are many different plants in this garden, so feel free to explore any of the plants. Make sure we are using walking feet and we are not touching the plants. We don't want to make them sad. Back to Heather to talk about our next activity.
Thank you, Taylor. So after we do our exploration at the school garden, we are going to jump into the explain portion where students are going to talk about their drawings. So just like we said, at the garden, they drew pictures of where the plants lived. And in our example that we drew, we drew a picture of the garden bed and where the vegetables were living. So we're going to have students come back into the classroom and we're going to have to sit them down. And they're going to turn to an elbow partner and they're going to be asked, what did you see at the garden? And they're going to explain their drawings to one another. And then from there, we could also put, sentence frames on the board. That way they are encouraging each other, saying, wow, I really liked how you drew blank. I didn't notice this. easy sentence frames for students to encourage one another and complement one another. And then next up, we're just going to talk about, again, so explain what do plants need to grow. We're going to reiterate it. So they need light, air, and water. And then for the elaborate/evaluate portion, students are going to complete a picture store activity to show their learning. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to our lesson plan. Have a good day.